You'll hear me from time to time use the term sort of, like institutional DNA, this DNA that we have, and bringing the right DNA in the company. We are a software company. That's who we are. That's our core identity. We want to continue to be a great software company. Now, we have services people in our company. Our services people are there to make sure our customers can be successful utilizing our software. I've seen over the years many technology companies that maybe start as a software company, and then for a variety of reasons, usually business driven, they start to do services and they start to do content and they start to do these other things. And so I want to continue to stay to our core, which is software, and not artificially move into other areas for the wrong reasons. I think many companies are too tempted to sort of go after the revenue of other areas. This is why having a rich partnership network is also helpful, because we want to be focused on doing what we do and we do well, because that's the DNA of who we are. But if there are services or content offerings or other things, we'd rather have a tight partnership with a company that can have the right DNA in that company and do that well. That also speaks to our acquisition strategy too. By the way, we have no sort of quotas for acquisitions. Some companies actually have we will acquire 2 companies per year or 3 companies per year. That's what they do. We have none of that. Especially for someone, I didn't come from an ed tech background.
Right.
Okay, and I'm happy to talk to you all about why I joined Instructure if that's helpful. But as I've gone and I've visited schools, one of the things I enjoy most is talking with students and asking them what they value about Canvas, and what they like about Canvas. And what's interesting to me is when you talk to a child about technology and what they like, they'll usually talk about, I like this button, I like this widget, I like this. Not with Canvas. When I talk to students, I was at the OCPS schools in Florida talking to 7th and 8th graders. And when I asked those students what they liked about Canvas, they talked about things that it helps me stay organized. It helps me focus on the things that matter. It gives me confidence, right? It helps me succeed in school. They don't talk about it as a technology. They talk it about as a lifeline. They talk about something that is helping them be successful. So that's a very important input to, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Is it making an impact? And a success metric. I also talk with our teams and pretty openly in the market about this idea of a good business and a great company. There are many organizations that may measure themselves as being a good business in terms of the financials and the results and the growth and element. And those things are important too. But being a great company is a much more sort of elevated standard of expectation for an organization. And when I talk about being a great company, which is really where we want to be as Instructure, and it takes constant care and feeding, is one where we have a culture where people enjoy working and want to work, so we can attract really amazing people and continue to give them careers. We want one that's going to be mission-minded, and that's a big piece. Are we fulfilling the mission that we set upon? And as the CEO, what I look at very specific proof points and decisions that we make. In my position, there is a lot of sort of pressure from the outside world to take shortcuts and do things that I don't think are the right way of being a great company. And so part of my job is to sort of resist doing those things. And even if it takes 20% more effort, taking the path that's going to stay true to that mission, do things that are well. So culture where people like to work, obsession around customer success and sort of outcomes for our customers and what good is in their definition. We talk about mission-minded impact on what we're doing. And then the fourth element of that to me, and we talked about this a little bit in the beginning, given that we are a market leader in this space now, is making sure that we are putting forward those challenges and inspiring innovation and change, right? We do not want to just be complacent and sort of follow. The institutions that we work with and talk to expect us now to have a seat at the strategic table to come forward with ideas and a point of view. So we view that as an important responsibility. We take that very seriously with those institutions. And as long as we keep in the forefront that customer success and outcome, then our compass will be pointing in the right direction. So we spend a good amount of time working with our investors. We have a number of institutional investors, and we're very fortunate to have a number of investors that are very passionate about education in a similar way. So that's a reality of doing work as a public company. Now, I've worked as a private company, I worked as public companies in the past, and there are pros and cons to each. we have strength and conviction in our mission and our business plan, and we want to give transparency to those plans to our investor base as well, so they understand. Here's a good example. We have investors at this conference. A lot of companies will not invite investors to their conference, so they come to our conferences, and we have this openness. And when I talk to investors after they attend our conference, they understand. They understand what we're doing. They understand why we're doing it. They understand the ways we do things. I'm also someone, given my motivation, my why in Instructure, I'm not afraid to sort of take the direction that I believe is right for the company and ask the investment community for patience. And that was exhibited in my last company, which was vertical SaaS focus, in taking that direction. And sometimes those are hard conversations, but my team and I are always willing to spend the time to help educate investors. They're an important part of our community in moving our business forward. The other distinct advantage we have is a lot of the analysts are former Canvas users, so they understand directly what we're doing as well. So.